For all its whimsy, Puss in Boots doesn't exist in a vacuum, because once you start looking, a startling pattern emerges, one that stretches across continents and thousands of years. Everywhere in the world there is a clever animal who lifts a human to greatness, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Folklorists call it a migratory motif, the clever creature and the powerless human, working together to cheat the system. And it shows up everywhere. Some Jewish folktale collections, for example, you find stories in which a fox becomes a man's unlikely inheritance, helping him bluff his way into status. The same trick appears in Russian and Slavic folktales. Sometimes it's a fox, sometimes a bear. They threaten villagers to falsely claim the land belongs to their human master. The Tsar rides by, sees a man surrounded by riches, and gives him his daughter in marriage. A peasant becomes a prince, not by battle, not by birthright, but by deceit. And that's just the beginning. In ancient India, over 2,000 years ago, stories from the Panchatantra taught princes how to rule, not with swords, but with wit. And at the heart of those tales, trickster animals, jackals who fool lions, monkeys who outsmart crocodiles, tiny creatures who manipulate the powerful using nothing but clever words and perfect timing. Time and again, animals step in, not just to save humans, but to elevate them. And if you travel halfway across the world, you find another version of the same idea, Anansi, the spider god of West African and Caribbean folklore. And if we move east, we find one of the closest parallels to Puss in Boots in the ancient world. In traditional Chinese belief, foxes were never seen as ordinary animals. They were thought to be spirits. These beings were called hu, foxes that, if they lived long enough, gained intelligence, supernatural power, and the ability to influence human lives. At first, these fox spirits were believed to attach themselves to households, and if treated well, they brought very practical rewards: good fortune, success, protection, and prosperity. From around 200 BC, fox spirits, later called Hu Li Jing, were said to seek out ambitious humans, scholars, officials, men trying to rise in the social order, and once attached, the fox helped its chosen human succeed. It gave advice, it manipulated situations, it understood power structures better than the human it followed. And story after story, a man rises unexpectedly, gaining wealth, influence, or a prestigious position, and a fox spirit is quietly behind it. But there was always a condition. If the human forgot that, if the fox was insulted, ignored, or exposed, the spirit did not simply disappear. The fortune it had helped create collapsed. Prosperity did not come from hard work or moral virtue. It came from maintaining a relationship with something clever, unseen, and potentially dangerous.